The war between India and Pakistan from May 7th to May 10th was largely dominated by air battles. On the first day, when 5 to 6 Indian fighter jets were shot down, India immediately changed its war tactics. And this isn't just my opinion. India's Chief of Defense Staff, General Anil Chauhan, himself stated that the fighter jets were downed due to technical faults. However, everyone knows there's no such thing as a technical fault in such situations. Another noteworthy point is that during the night battle of May 7th and 8th, both countries avoided directly entering each other's airspace and instead engaged while staying within their own territories. It is also reported that Pakistan's HQ-19 air defense system shot down an Indian Rafale from long range. On the other hand, India's S-400 failed to protect its own fighter jets and was also unsuccessful in shooting down Pakistani jets. I'm not blaming the S-400 here. In fact, I believe the S-400 is considered one of the world's top air defense systems. The real fault lay in the lack of network-centric warfare capabilities, where India showed weakness. The S-400 and Rafale operate independently, and there is no integrated network-centric warfare system in place between them in India. As India's Chief of Defense Staff General Anil Chauhan mentioned, India changed its war tactics after that day. In the next attack, India used air-launched BrahMos supersonic missiles. While it's nearly impossible to confirm exactly how many missiles India fired at the same time, it is confirmed that around 15 to 17 BrahMos missiles were launched at each targeted airbase. Most of these were intercepted, while a few managed to cause some damage. One thing to understand is that no air defense system is 100% accurate. In my personal opinion, Pakistan likely has only 1 or 2 batteries of the HQ-19 air defense system, since such systems are extremely expensive military assets. On the other hand, India also suffered a major setback when it lost its S-400's cheeseboard radar, reportedly destroyed by Pakistan's air-launched CM-400 AKG hypersonic missile. I've already provided proof of this in my previous videos. One thing became clear during this war. Neither country's air defense system was able to intercept 100% of the incoming missiles. As a result, both India and Pakistan have now begun placing special focus on strengthening their air defense capabilities. In particular, reports indicate that Pakistan is now looking to acquire the HQ-19 Very Long-Range Air Defense System from China. The Chinese HQ-19 is considered an alternative to the US THAAD system, capable of intercepting ballistic missiles at high altitudes and long ranges, significantly boosting Pakistan's strategic air defense posture. According to defense sources in Islamabad, the government is planning to procure the HQ-19 alongside the next-generation J-35A stealth fighter, a Chinese-developed fifth-generation platform expected to enter Pakistani service in the first quarter of next year. The two-pronged acquisition, if confirmed, would mark a quantum leap in Pakistan's air power and missile defense posture, signaling its intent to integrate cutting-edge Chinese systems into its command architecture. There are 2 main reasons behind this shift. First, Pakistan's defense budget is 8 times smaller than India's. That's why Pakistan had primarily focused on strengthening its air force, while giving less attention to ground forces and air defense systems. However, India has now also come to understand that engaging in an air battle against Pakistan would be extremely difficult, but it still holds a missile advantage, and in any future conflict, India is likely to rely heavily on air-launched cruise missile attacks. Previously, only the Su-30 MKI could fire the BrahMos missile. But following the recent war, India is now integrating BrahMos onto the MiG-29 and also planning integration with the Tejas fighter. Talks are even underway with France to obtain Rafale's source code so that BrahMos can also be integrated onto Rafale jets. In response to this growing threat, Pakistan is now preparing to acquire additional air defense systems to counter India's expanding cruise missile capabilities. Beyond conventional air threats, the HQ-19 would be a critical asset in neutralizing supersonic and potentially hypersonic cruise missiles, such as India's Indo-Russian BrahMos, Agni, and French-origin Scalp-EG, both of which are in operational service with the Indian Air Force's Rafale squadrons. The HQ-19's capabilities include tracking and interception of intermediate-range ballistic missiles and intercontinental ballistic missiles, using ESA-based X-band radar technology. Equipped with dual-mode guidance, semi-active and active, and potentially infrared seekers in newer iterations, the HQ-19 offers a lethal hit-to-kill intercept profile comparable to THAAD, allowing it to strike inbound warheads at extreme velocities. The system is estimated to have an interception range of approximately 1,000 to 3,000 kilometers, allowing it to engage incoming ballistic missiles within this broad envelope, not to be confused with the missile's own travel range, but rather the distance at which it can neutralize threats. It operates at an interception altitude of around 70 to 150 kilometers, placing it in the exo-atmospheric zone and enabling it to target missiles outside the Earth's lower atmosphere, much like the U.S. THAAD system. Equipped with an advanced X-band AESA radar, the system's detection capabilities likely exceed 1,000 kilometers depending on the size, speed, and radar cross-section of the incoming projectile, providing a crucial early warning and engagement window against long-range threats. So friends, that was a brief analysis. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. That's all for today's update. Please subscribe and like this video.